Having a child diagnosed with autism is an extremely stressful and overwhelming time for a family. So I'm going to tell you what are proven therapies of things that you can do when your child is diagnosed, and I'm going to give you a few pieces of advice. So the first one is, if your child is under the age of 3, early intervention-based services are going to be the most helpful. These involve physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech and language therapy. Applied behavioral analysis is also a therapy that does have strong evidence to being helpful with the child's behaviors. I know that this one has some controversy behind it, and I 100% understand it. There was a lot of negativity that came out about the way that applied behavioral analysis was being used, and the adult autistic community was saying it was traumatic and it was not helpful, and we don't recommend it for children. They didn't listen, and modern day applied behavioral analysis is very different than it used to be. But we always give parents the advice that if you feel uncomfortable with a behavioral therapeutic approach, please say something, because every child is different, and just because it works for one child doesn't mean it works for the other. So I always want to add that caveat, but also let you know that it's not quite the cure that it was stated to be, and it's also not quite the demon that it was then slated to be. It can be helpful for a large group of people, and the new behavioral therapy techniques are a lot more sensitive to, instead of asking the autistic child to assimilate into other people's world, to help the family and people around them assimilate into the child's world. Some other advice that I will give you is try not to over-therapy your child. I know this is really hard to say, and there's so many things that are going to be thrown at you, and you feel like you have to do everything at once. It is okay to take a breath, take a step back, get an early intervention, get yourself some help, focus on the things like sleep, food, nutrition, family time, floor time, connecting with your kids, learning about autism yourself so that you can best understand them. The last thing I will say is some advice is that, and this is a pediatrician and a parent of a child with autistic behaviors, is that we are not trying to stop autistic behaviors. We are trying to help the autistic child communicate, be less frustrated, be heard, be safe, and feel happy and secure. So I do not recommend, if a child is stemming with autism, to tell them to stop. Absolutely not. It is a self-soothing technique, but we want to find ways to help the child not feel the need to stem so much that it impacts their ability to learn, to connect with people, and what is the thing distressing them? How can we help them? So I hope that this video helps. We'll do so much more in the future about what are some therapies, but these are just things I really wanted you to hear, and if you have any questions, let me know.